Zolgensma is a groundbreaking gene therapy for spinal muscular atrophy, a one-time treatment that has transformed SMA care. But a critical question many families ask is, can we access Zolgensma where we live? The reality is that while Zolgensma represents an incredible breakthrough, it's not yet available everywhere. Global availability is limited and depends on regulatory approvals, healthcare infrastructure, and significant cost considerations. Today we're exploring where Zolgensma is currently accessible, what barriers exist, and what families can do to navigate this landscape. Countries with approval. Since its FDA approval in the United States in 2019, Zolgensma has gradually expanded to other regions. Currently it's approved in the United States, the European Union, Japan, Brazil, and several other select countries, including Canada, Australia, South Korea, and parts of Latin America and the Middle East. In approved countries, Zolgensma is administered at specialized treatment centers with expertise in gene therapy and neuromuscular conditions. These facilities have the necessary infrastructure, trained medical teams, and monitoring capabilities to safely deliver this complex treatment. However, approval doesn't automatically mean widespread access. Even within approved countries, access may be limited to specific patient populations, typically infants under a certain age or weight, or those with specific genetic mutations. The approved criteria vary by country, so understanding the specific requirements where you live is essential. Barriers to access. The most significant barrier is cost. As one of the most expensive medications in the world, priced at over $2 million, it presents enormous challenges for healthcare systems, insurance providers, and families. Even in countries where it is approved, securing insurance coverage or government funding can be an extensive, difficult process. Regulatory approval timelines for gene therapies are typically longer than for conventional drugs. Many countries lack established pathways for approving and monitoring gene therapies, leading to delays that can span years. For families with young children who have narrow treatment windows, these delays can mean missing the opportunity entirely. Healthcare infrastructure is another major factor. Zolgensma requires administration in highly specialized centers with genetic testing facilities, experienced pediatric neurologists, intensive care support, and long-term monitoring programs. Countries without this infrastructure cannot safely offer the treatment. Age and eligibility restrictions also limit access. Zolgensma is typically approved only for young children, often those under 2 years old and below a certain weight threshold. This narrow window means many families discover the treatment exists only after their child has aged out of eligibility. Support programs and advocacy. Despite these challenges, support exists. Novartis Gene Therapies has established patient support programs in various countries to help navigate insurance approval processes, provide financial assistance information, and connect families with treatment centers. The Zolgensma Managed Access Program has provided treatment to eligible patients in countries where regulatory approval is pending. While not available everywhere, this program has helped some families access treatment through compassionate use provisions. SMA advocacy organizations worldwide, like Cure SMA, SMA Europe, and national patient groups work to expand access, educate healthcare systems, and advocate for insurance coverage. These organizations often have the most current information about approval status, clinical trials, and emerging access pathways in different regions. Practical advice for families. If you're wondering about Zolgensma access, start by consulting with a neuromuscular specialist familiar with SMA gene therapy. They can access whether your child meets eligibility criteria and provide information about availability in your country. Contact your national or regional SMA advocacy organization. These groups maintain updated information about regulatory status, approved treatment centers, insurance coverage policies, and assistance programs. If Zolgensma is approved in your country, work with your insurance provider early. Understand the approval process, required documentation, and timeline. Many families need to appeal initial denial, so having support from patient advocacy groups can be crucial. If Zolgensma isn't yet approved where you live, ask about clinical trials, expanded access programs, or managed access initiatives. Document everything meticulously: genetic testing results, medical evaluations, and all communications with healthcare providers and insurers. While Zolgensma isn't yet available everywhere, awareness and advocacy are helping expand access globally. Regulatory agencies are learning from early adopting countries, and more treatment centers are developing gene therapy capabilities. Even if Zolgensma isn't immediately available in your country, don't lose hope. New pathways are emerging, advocacy efforts are making progress, and resources exist to help you explore possibilities. Remember that Zolgensma is one tool in the SMA treatment landscape. Other therapies like Spinraza and Evrysdi may be more readily accessible and can also significantly improve quality of life. Work with your medical team to explore all available options. If this information was helpful, please subscribe to stay updated on SMA treatments, access developments, and advocacy efforts. Together, we can push for greater access and ensure that groundbreaking treatments reach the families who need them most. You're not alone in this journey. Join our community by hitting that subscribe button.